Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. You better buckle up because what's buzzing in NFL circles right now is the possibility of a blockbuster trade that could shake up the AFC North and send shockwaves through the league. Rumors are swirling that the Miami Dolphins, currently sitting at 8-9 and outside the playoff picture, are exploring a bold move to ship out Tyreek Hill, the league's most explosive receiver, to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And honestly, if this deal goes down, it could be one of the most transformative moves for Pittsburgh in recent years. Let's unpack this. The Dolphins, facing a tough rebuild after an underwhelming season, are reportedly looking to free up cap space, about $3 million, to focus on their offensive line and defense, which have been leaking points at a rate of 28 points per game. They're 8-9 out of the playoff hunt, and sources say they're willing to trade Hill, one of the league's most dangerous playmakers, in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and a second-rounder in 2027. The idea: accelerate their rebuild, get younger, and focus on the long term. On the flip side, the Steelers, sitting at 9-6 and still very much in the playoff hunt, would stand to benefit immensely. They've been trying to address their wide receiver woes, especially with Austin dealing with injuries and the hypothetical suspension of Metcalf adding to their concerns. Adding Hill would give Kenny Pickett a true game-changer on the outside. Hill's speed, agility, and ability to stretch the field would open up so many possibilities for the Steelers' offense, which has been good but could definitely use a boost when it comes to explosive plays. Now, let's talk about Hill himself for a moment. He's a 31-year-old speedster who's been dominating the league with his quickness and ability to turn short catches into long gains. In 2025, he's already racked up 21 receptions for 265 yards and a touchdown in early games, and his full season numbers are even more impressive. 60 catches for 789 yards and 14 touchdowns, making him the league leader in touchdowns. His career totals are staggering: over 200 yards and 60 touchdowns, and he's been a consistent deep threat. Despite some injury concerns, particularly with concussion history, Hill's YAC, yards after catch, and EPA, expected points added, per target are elite, making him a true X-factor. The reasons behind the Dolphins' willingness to part ways are clear. They're one too early in this season's stretch and need to focus on their cap situation, especially with Tua Tagovailoa's future uncertain, having been benched and now needing extensions. They're prioritizing an OL rebuild, and Hill's hefty cap hit, around $30 million, makes him a prime candidate to be traded for future draft capital. This move would give them a chance to inject youth and flexibility into their roster, even if it means losing some explosiveness on offense. But there's skepticism about whether they'll lose too much in the process, especially since their offense has already been averaging just 23 points per game, which isn't quite enough to compete at the highest level. For the Steelers, a trade for Hill wouldn't just be about adding a star. It would be about transforming their entire offense. With Kenny Pickett, who's shown flashes of brilliance but needs more weapons, Hill could be the missing piece. His presence would stretch defenses, forcing opponents to double him deep, which opens up space underneath for the likes of Johnson or even the running game. Plus, Hill's ability to gain big chunks of yardage, adding plus 200 yards aerially, would elevate Pittsburgh's passing game from a solid unit to one that defenses genuinely fear. When Hill is on the field, the offense becomes more dynamic, raising their projected yards per game and making them a true threat in the red zone with a 42% efficiency rate. Additionally, Hill's track record of making big plays in critical moments is well documented. His history of adding plus 300 yards after the catch in recent trades, including his time in Miami, shows how he can turn even small gains into game-changing plays. For the Steelers, a player like Hill would boost their average yards per route and overall offensive efficiency, making their passing attack more unpredictable and dangerous. It's not just about adding yards, it's about shifting the entire offensive philosophy to a more aggressive, explosive style that fits perfectly with Pittsburgh's identity. Now, let's look at the playoff implications. the odds of Pittsburgh making a deep run would definitely improve with Hill on their roster. Bookmakers have shifted their Super Bowl odds from plus 3,500 to plus 1,800 with the rumor of this trade, reflecting the massive boost Hill would bring. His presence would be an X-factor in the playoffs, where big plays and clutch moments are everything. With a projected 200 yards and 10 touchdowns if he joins the Steelers, he could be the difference maker in many crucial games. The defense, already solid, would benefit from the extra time and space to generate pressure and create turnovers, knowing the offense can keep pace with explosive plays. And let's not forget about the division race. The AFC North is fiercely competitive, and a move like this could tilt the balance. The Ravens and Bengals are formidable opponents, but adding a player like Hill would push Pittsburgh closer to the top, especially with their current trajectory. The Dolphins, on the other hand, seem to be looking at a long-term rebuild, with caviar optimism about their chances. But skeptics argue that their odds of winning the Super Bowl with Tua are still long, around plus 12500, especially if they're trading away one of their best assets. In conclusion, this potential trade is a pivotal moment for the Steelers. It's about more than just acquiring a star receiver. It's about signaling a shift in their offensive identity, adding a piece that could help them chase that elusive Super Bowl trophy once again. Hill's addition would echo the great eras of Steelers history, times when explosive offenses and tough, resilient defenses carried the team to glory. The Steelers' front office has a chance to make a savvy move, one that could define their upcoming seasons and put them right back in the thick of the championship hunt. Fans should be excited because if this deal goes through, it's not just a roster upgrade, it's a statement. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Would you be thrilled to see Tyreek Hill in the black and gold? How do you think he would impact the offense and the team's chances of making a deep playoff run? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions matter so much to us and to the Steelers. Remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. This is a time of real possibilities, and the Steelers are right in the middle of it. Let's keep the passion alive and get ready for what's coming next. Because when it comes to Steelers football, we always aim for greatness.